going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is episode 320, part number 1 for your WrestleMania 36 weekend. Do you hear it? Do you see it? Do you feel it? It's WrestleMania season, folks. Said nobody ever. Said not one single individual, not one single soul. I would like you guys to find me the one person that is actually excited about this WrestleMania season and bring him to me. 10 lashes. And that's the minimum. I've been doing this for 320 episodes, and in my wildest imaginations, I would have never conceived a WrestleMania season and a WrestleMania show like this one. It's too big for just one night. It's too much garbage for one night. I don't know, man. I don't know. This may be the worst WrestleMania build of all time. And please, I already hear you. I already just sense you, and the upload isn't even on YouTube yet. I'm barely in 2 minutes. I already feel you. There'll be some cretin in the comment section. Oh, but this is all beyond their control, man. I don't give a fuck. You gave me and everyone else live television. Taped television. You gave us television. Was it good television? Obviously not. Ratings are in the fucking toilet for everybody. WWE, NXT, AEW. WWE hit record lows with the ratings on Raw. Probably the lowest in the history of the program. But it is situations beyond their control, says cretin number 1. I don't give a shit, man. I'm not using whatever's going on in the world today. Sound like Vince McMahon feeding his commentary team on Monday Night Raw what to say via Gorilla. I am not using the pandemic as an excuse like everybody else. WWE has opted to put on shows. WWE has opted to go into this weekend for WrestleMania and give us a show in front of no fans. They are opening themselves up to criticism. And they will get it. I am expecting the worst of the worst. I am going into this with absolutely no expectations whatsoever. So if anything actually ends up being good on this show, then that is a check mark for WWE in my record book, in my scoring book. So it's going to be very interesting to see this weekend. We have WrestleMania on Saturday and Sunday night. I have done a little maneuvering myself because I didn't really, at the start of this year, anticipate WrestleMania being 2 shows. I can barely stand one, and here we are getting 2 fucking WrestleMania shows. At the beginning of the year, I didn't really anticipate 2 WrestleMania shows, so I had to come into this week and kind of devise a plan of attack going into the weekend. We got Monday Night Raw. That's in the books. We got AEW. That's in the books. I did not even watch NXT. I mean, for everybody asking me, JD, where's the NXT review? Where's the NXT review? Why am I going to upload an NXT review when Monday Night Raw and SmackDown have been utter dog shit? NXT is following suit with the empty arena shows. I cannot watch NXT without fans. I can't. At least AEW has their roster at ringside. NXT has nobody. And then they had Tom Phillips and fucking Sam Roberts on commentary this week. You're asking me to review NXT? If you wanted an overly negative NXT review that was reminiscent of Monday Night Raw back in 2019, then by all means, I'll give you a fucking NXT review. Not doing it. Not doing it for you because you don't give a shit. Not doing it for me because I don't give a shit. I mean, we're not getting a takeover. Who cares? Who cares? That's my mentality going into this weekend. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody. Nobody cares. I don't know what I'm doing. You're getting the Friday show. You're getting SmackDown tonight. And then we're going into the weekend, and I don't know what I'm doing. So, I figured we would switch things up. This weekend. What you guys are going to get today is obviously this podcast. Friday's off the script as usual. It's going to be the same old, same old. You guys know how it goes. You guys know the transcript on Friday. Then we're going to do SmackDown because apparently WWE has a very unique way to get Roman Reigns out of the main event of WrestleMania. WWE doing something unique? The fuck planet am I on? Am I reading a wrong report? Am I watching a Impact show? Am I watching a Lucha Underground show that they somehow get revived? WWE and unique in the same sentence? Unique by WWE is another word for garbage. Garbage. Now, I don't know what I'm doing for Mania. I didn't want to sit here and really review two shows in the typical way that I do two shows, or review a show. I got to do it two nights back to back. So I figured what I'm going to do is Saturday afternoon, early in the afternoon, around lunchtime, maybe 12, noon, 1 o'clock maybe, I don't know. I might have a guest. Depends on who wants to join me. But I think I might be live with a Off the Script Part 2. Live. Like live in your living room live. Live as I'm recording it here. You're seeing it live on YouTube. And then I might actually go live for WrestleMania on Saturday and on Sunday. Sunday is probably going to be the bigger of the two nights, I think. But I'm going to do Saturday and see how it goes as far as trial and error. I want to see how it goes. I know everybody and their fucking mother and sister and father and everybody else in their family is going to be live on Saturday for WrestleMania. It's the biggest night of the year, whether it's taped live on fucking Planet Moon. The Moon of Planet, I guess. No, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck if it's on the Moon, Jupiter, Saturn. I don't give a fuck where you're emanating from. It is going to be the biggest review of the year. And I want to see if I can tap into that live audience and really give you guys a full-fledged, detailed, entertaining review on Saturday night. So that's what I'm going to do on Saturday, and Sunday will probably do the same thing if Saturday is successful. So that's my plan for WrestleMania. But as of today, we got so much to go into this show that I'm glad I have as much as I do. Because I was going into this, I didn't really think I was going to have a lot, and we do have a lot. We got a lot coming out of Raw, we got a lot coming out of SmackDown, we got a lot coming out of WWE as it pertains to WrestleMania. So we got a good show today right here on Off the Script. And it's headlined by WWE teasing about a unique situation that got Roman Reigns out of the WrestleMania main event with Bill Goldberg and the Universal Championship match. And WWE is citing, or Triple H is citing, I mean, I don't know how official you can get outside of Triple H. Triple H is saying it's a unique situation, and WWE went about it in a unique manner to get him out of WrestleMania. So we're going to go over that. What does it mean? Is it unique? I don't know. We'll see tonight on SmackDown. Is Roman Reigns set to miss several months of television because of the worldwide pandemic and his immune system? So we'll talk about that as well. And as you guys know, I'm sure you do, Roman Reigns has broken his silence as far as him pulling out of WrestleMania. Also, we got that big botch from Montez Ford on Monday Night Raw. What happened? Why did Montez Ford dive onto nobody? WWE with a nice sneaky camera angle to pretend as if he really did land on Austin Theory, but he hit nothing but steel and concrete. What was supposed to happen? And Montez Ford apparently went on social media and said he broke his back. Was he literal or was he just joking around? I hope to God not, but we'll see. As far as the report goes, we'll go over that and what exactly happened with Montez Ford in that 6-man tag team match on Monday Night Raw. Have you guys wondered why WWE has not decided on any WrestleMania matches on Saturday or Sunday? We're going to go over that as well. WWE has decided also until the last minute to make WrestleMania changes official on WWE TV. Why is that? I also got the answer for that as well. And WWE, as always, are a bunch of scumbags. WWE considering taking a break after WrestleMania. Give these motherfuckers a Kit Kat. Give me a break. Legitimately. WWE is seriously contemplating taking a break after WrestleMania. Monday Night Raw, the lowest viewership in the history of the show. What WWE is polling fans on as far as empty arena shows. They're actually considering adding a live stream reaction of fans to the shows moving forward. Oh my God. Oh my God. Would you like me not to watch the show anymore? Because I'm barely hanging on as it is. And how serious is the injury to Andrade now that he's out of WrestleMania and in is Austin Theory? Also with AEW coming out of the All Elite Wrestling front, where were they emanating from on Dynamite tonight from this mysterious, or not tonight, but on Wednesday, on this mysterious night of Dynamite? Where was this mysterious location that they did not fill anybody in on while they were live on TNT? I got all that news wrapped up into one big ball right here on OTS. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Head us on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. If you guys want to check out all the other content that I uploaded on the channel this week, links are down below in the description of this very video. If you guys are into the video game thing, please follow me on Twitch. Twitch link is down below as well. All my gaming content will be on Twitch for the foreseeable future. That is, right now with Doom Eternal. Loving the new Doom game. I grew up on Doom, so I'm loving what they did with Doom Eternal here. And Resident Evil 3 is out today. As soon as I'm done with Doom, Resident Evil 3 is going to be on Twitch. And if you guys enjoyed my previous Resident Evil walkthroughs, Twitch is the only place to watch me play Resident Evil 3. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. Hit that subscribe button. As always, turn on that bell for all notifications. And if you guys want to support the podcast via Patreon, you can always show your extra appreciation by that. And doing that, that's patreon.com/JDfromNY206. Once again, in case you guys forgot already, I will be live on Saturday afternoon with a WrestleMania 36 preview and predictions. I might have a guest or two. I will be live going over WrestleMania news, WrestleMania predictions. We're going to break it down on Raw. We're going to break it down on SmackDown. And we're going to give you our expert opinions on everything happening with WrestleMania on Saturday and Sunday. And I will be live. So make sure you guys have notifications on for the channel. I will be live on Saturday night for the official WrestleMania review and the results. That's Saturday and Sunday, more than likely. Obviously, if you're watching Saturday, you will know then if I'm going live on Sunday for sure. But that is the upcoming schedule this weekend. So put it on the calendar, put it in a notepad on your iPhone or your Google phone. Turn notifications on. I'm good to go this weekend, man. So you don't want to miss any of Off the Script this weekend. So thank you guys for that. And the podcast today is brought to you by my good friends over at The Ridge. Ridge.com/script. Use code SCRIPT, 10% off anything on their website. You guys know the deal about The Ridge. Ridge.com/script. Start off with SmackDown. I think I went over this on Saturday's episode of Off the Script last week on episode 319. But I'm going to go over it again because it's what I do. It's what I do. SmackDown draws its lowest viewership since December. I'm not surprised by this. They deserve it. SmackDown is god-awful. Bruce, you fucking clown, Bruce. Maybe I should have Salrex make me a fucking Bruce layout so I could just get my point across of how I dislike Bruce, clown. SmackDown draws its lowest viewership since December. So the blue brand, emanating from the Performance Center with no audience and taped drew an average of 2.367 million viewers on Fox, according to Showbuzz Daily. The final number is down from the overnight viewership that was released on Saturday morning, and I talked about that on Saturday night, but we got additional info on the ratings, which was an average of 2.374 million viewers. This number is also down 8% from last week's final SmackDown viewership of 2.569 million viewers, which was the best SmackDown viewership since the post-Super Showdown episode on February 28th. And the only reason why that post-Super Showdown show did so well was because of all the controversy coming out of Super Showdown. So WWE got their rating by shitty creative. That's how they got their rating. So please don't justify that. Oh yeah, well, SmackDown got a good rating and blah, 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 blah. Why did they get a good rating? Because they made such a shitty creative decision, booking-wise, by taking the title of Bray Wyatt. Everybody was curious to see the backlash that WWE was going to have come upon them because of said bad decision. That's why that viewership was up following Super Showdown. That was on February 28th, and the second best of 2020, as well as the fifth best audience since SmackDown premiered on Fox last October. This week's SmackDown viewership is the lowest of 2020, and the lowest the Blue brand has seen as far as viewership goes since December 13. And that episode of SmackDown drew a 2.330 million viewers. Friday SmackDown drew a 0.7 rating in the key 18 to 49 demographic, a 0.8 rating in the 25 to 54 demographic, a 0.4 rating in the 18 to 34 demographic. Last week's episode drew a 0.8 rating in the 18 to 49, 0.9 in the 25 to 54, and a 0.6 in the 18 to 34. SmackDown tied in the ratings at number 3 in the 18 to 49 demographic on network TV this week with 2020, but behind MacGyver at number 2. Is MacGyver still a thing? Jesus Christ, does network television fucking suck, man. If you're watching network fucking television, you may be an absolute retard, honestly. I don't know who the fuck watches anything on basic TV. CBS, NBC, Fox, ABC, CW, UPN, whatever the fuck they're calling it. Who gives a shit? Nothing. Nothing is long-lasting. Most of these shows last about a year or two, and then they get canned, and then something else is on. So it's behind MacGyver at number 2, and Shark Tank along with Hawaii Five-0 at number 1. Send me to fucking Hawaii. You guys know the deal. SmackDown came in at number 2 in the 18-49 demo this week behind Shark Tank and Hawaii Five-0 and tied with MacGyver and Blue Bloods. SmackDown tied for number 2 with Blue Bloods and Dateline in the 25-54 demo for the second week in a row behind Shark Tank and Hawaii Five-0 at number 1. SmackDown came in at number 8 for the night in viewership on network TV for the second week in a row behind 2020. Dateline, Shark Tank, Blacklist, MacGyver, Blue Bloods, Hawaii Five-0, and Hawaii Five-0 topped the night in viewership with 8.437 million viewers. Oh my God, a lot of people want to go to Hawaii, apparently. Special report. Does the show emanate from Hawaii? I hope so. Is it filmed in Hawaii? I would hope so for the people involved with the show. 8 million fucking people, 8.5 million people want to be in Hawaii with a cold beverage and a coconut with an umbrella and a nice little slice of pineapple on the side. Nice big straw, too. I love it. Sit me down on a nice white sandy beach with the waves, crystal blue, away from WWE and Vince McMahon's garbage. Special report on Fox News topped the night on cable in the top 150 with a 0.65 rating in the 18-49 demo. Obviously, everybody's watching the news because of the virus situation going on. So that's SmackDown. I don't really see anything wrong with the numbers. The numbers are where they should be for the show that they have given us. Rerun after rerun after rerun. Nothing really meaning anything on the show. It's just absolutely boring. We've seen Asuka and Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss and that ongoing storyline. Alexa Bliss pins Asuka clean on SmackDown. Yet I'm supposed to sit there and enjoy what WWE is giving me because there's a pandemic going on. Then we got Nikki Cross acting like some fucking zoo animal on top of the commentary table. Lexa! 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 You know, I gotta listen to this shit for 2 fucking hours, and I'm like, holy shit! The fuck is going on? Someone please lace my cold beverage with bleach. Might as well do me the fucking favor. Lexa! Awful. I don't even know what rerun they show. What rerun did they show? What did they show? Did they show Charlotte Flair versus Asuka, I believe, right? Or am I mistaken? This is how much I don't give a shit about what they do on SmackDown. Lexa! Anyway, moving on. Oh, moving on, Lexa. Roman Reigns finally breaks his silence. Lexa! Right, enough. Roman Reigns finally breaks his silence about pulling out. Oh, he pulled out of WrestleMania. I'm in some mood today, man. I'm in some mood. Roman Reigns finally breaks his silence. We showed the clip on an upload I did on Tuesday. A lot of people were like, oh, but JD, I seen this already. Yeah, I seen this. Is this a rerun? Yeah, I pulled the WWE. I uploaded a rerun for you guys on Tuesday. It's pertinent to the topic at hand. My new word. It's a topical discussion. So I figured I would upload it again. Sal Rex was kind enough, as always, the beast, Sal Rex, was kind enough to make me a new thumbnail to go along with the topical discussion of Roman Reigns pulling out of WrestleMania. Now, I gave you my reason twice now as to what I think the situation is. It's just not about his leukemia. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's number one. It's number one. But you got to ask yourself the question, well, if The Miz was not ill and Roman didn't see the Usos upset because The Miz was ill and the Usos weren't upset, which caused Roman to pull out of WrestleMania, would Roman Reigns still be on WrestleMania 36 in his match with Bill Goldberg? I would say so. I would think Roman would still be in the main event of WrestleMania 36. No question. No question. So yes, he pulled himself out for his health and other variables that I'm sure had a lot to do with it, because I don't think Roman wanted to go into that wrestling in front of no fans. Roman, you guys know the deal. You guys heard me. Roman used his political stance in the company. If a guy like Roman pulled out, it's going to be a lot easier for everybody to have that trickle-down effect and pull out of the show, because nobody wanted to work the show in its current state at all. They're doing it because it's their job. Yes, Vince. Yes, sir. Yes, boss. If Roman and someone of Roman's stature is in that company pulling out, then it's going to be a lot easier for everybody else to pull out. So I think that had a lot to do with it as well. But if Roman was not upset at The Miz, and The Miz wasn't sick, would he still be on the card? Absolutely. Why didn't Roman pull himself out of WrestleMania? Well, actually, let me rephrase that question. Why didn't WWE pull Roman out of WrestleMania? Why did WWE opt to put Roman in this situation to begin with, even though they kind of knew where it was going with all this virus shit? They ended up putting him on WrestleMania anyway with absolutely no care in the world. Roman let 1 week go, 2 weeks go, 3 weeks go. He was in the ring on SmackDown Live doing a contract signing with Bill Goldberg. He was still on the show. Why didn't Roman Reigns pull himself out of WrestleMania 3 weeks ago? Oh, but his health was the priority. His health was the only reason, you say. He pulled out, though. It wasn't a priority 3 weeks ago, right? Wasn't a priority 2 weeks ago, right? Wasn't a priority a fucking week ago, right? Pulled himself out. Yeah, it's about his fucking health. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's about his leukemia. He has leukemia. That's why he pulled himself out. Okay, dummy. Yeah, he had leukemia. Would you like to elaborate on that? It might be this. It might be that. It might be this situation over here. It might be that over here. Give me a break. You got a fucking brain. God gifted you with a brain. Use it. Use it. What is the percentage of the brain that you use? What is the statistic? What do humans use about 10% of their brain? Motherfucker, I use about 30% of my fucking brain. That's why I'm here and you're over there. Okay? I'm not gonna sit here like some fucking simpleton and give you some cookie cutter bullshit. You want cookie cutter bullshit? Go watch one of these cocksuckers in the community. Oh, WWE had a great show. Would you like to tell me why? Because I'm not seeing what you're seeing. WWE was an up. Up where? Up your mother's fucking asshole. Up where? You fucking kidding me? Roman finally breaks his silence. If you want to see the fucking clip, go watch the clip on his Instagram. This is what he said. This was detailed by Fightful and their website. You already know what's going on. It's all in the news, the dirt sheets, whatever you want to call them. I pulled out. Good for you, Roman. STDs are a serious thing. I pulled out of WrestleMania. It's funny because for years people are like, don't show up to WrestleMania. We don't want you in it. There's a nice handful of dudes and haters that didn't want me there. So, let me get this straight. People are hating on Roman Reigns for pulling out of WrestleMania. Where? Where are their haters in this situation? I would love to meet them. I didn't come across anybody. In fact, I gave a fucking opposite opinion or an alternative opinion, and people made me out to be the biggest fucking asshole in the community. I don't know where these people are. I'd love to see the reactions that they got. Who's complaining about him pulling out? I've never seen one fucking person complain about him pulling out. Yes, it's Roman Reigns fan 00007 that's fucking complaining. Give me a break. So then he says, people say, don't show up to WrestleMania. We don't want you in it. We don't want you in it. For what reason, Roman? Would you like to elaborate on that? We don't want you in it. How about this one, big dog? Maybe because you main evented about 5 different fucking WrestleManias, and that's the reason we don't want you in the main event of WrestleMania? Nobody said we don't want you in WrestleMania. We just don't want you in the main event of WrestleMania. There's a big difference. Big difference. So, this guy, obviously misinforming everybody already and making everybody out there who speaks logical out to be a fucking idiot. Who says we didn't want him in WrestleMania? I don't give a fuck if Roman is on WrestleMania or not. Just don't be anywhere near the main event. That's all I give a fuck about. There's a nice handful of dudes and haters that didn't want me there, but the moment I was making my choice for me and my family, I'm a coward, I'm a sissy, I'm a lot of different things, but you don't know the whole story. I'd love to know who called him a coward, who called him a sissy, or a pussy, or whatever for pulling out of WrestleMania. I don't know why these people are even allowed to breathe half the fucking time. All you know is what you think you know. Oh, his health. But you don't know what else is going on in my life. You don't know if I have newborns on the way or if I have a family at my household, older family. Like the old saying goes, flip that cover open and read a few pages. Get into a few chapters before you start really running your mouth. Take this time to be better yourself, be present, and make the most out of this. If we can't grow out of this, I don't think we have a chance. For my fans, I'm sorry I did not get to compete this year and put on a show and entertain. Sometimes things are more important, and I had to make a choice for me and my family. No matter what, you already know the deal. I made it to Orlando, and I have a decision to make. For me, it doesn't take away anything from what I've done and or what I'm going to do. I still love this game. I still love pro wrestling and sports entertainment. I still love being in the ring. It's a little weird. This is what got me here. Last little exclamation point on my line of thinking. It's a little weird being in the ring with nobody watching and nobody in the arena. I'm ready to get back to work. Are you ready to get back to work when things are back to normal, Mr. Reigns? I know. That's why I said what I said. Now, despite WWE not making an official announcement regarding Roman Reigns pulling out of WrestleMania 36, Triple H spoke on the situation with SportsCenter's John Anderson. Because they got nobody else. They got nothing else to cover, right? There's nothing legitimately going on in the world of sports, so they got good old Paul Levesque on SportsCenter. When asked about why the match between Roman Reigns and Goldberg had to be altered, Triple H mentioned Roman Reigns having a pre-existing condition that would make him more susceptible to catch something. I'm the goon. Here I am calling others goon. I can't even pronounce the word susceptible. I don't want to get into the specifics of WrestleMania because that's a must-watch event. Triple H, really a must-watch event. Where? This year? Oh my God, Triple H lying to ESPN. Oh man. We don't like to take precautions with our talent any more than they need to. And all of our talent are in this right now, are in this for a voluntary capacity. He stated that if any talent did not feel comfortable performing, they would not be forced to. And them making that decision will not be held against them. He says, and I quote, if they don't want to be a part of this, if they feel like this is a risk for whatever reason, be it themselves or somebody around them, they don't have to be here. And nothing is held against them. Oh, really? Yeah, because you never lied before. The company's never lied to talent before, right? Give me a break. Roman Reigns was present at the Performance Center on day one of the WrestleMania 36 tapings. So he showed up. He showed up ready to work. This is why I said what I said, cretins. He showed up on day one of the tapings and was ready to work. Seen the Usos were mad. Miz was ill. He seen that they were mad because the Miz was ill. He pulled out because they were mad. So he's like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm not working the show with this guy in this capacity. So he showed up. Was his health a priority then? I'm sure it was, but it wasn't to the level that everybody thinks it was. Give me a break. Roman has a lowered immune system due to his battle with leukemia, and he felt it would be in his best interest not to compete. He was present. He decided not to move forward with his match. And with Roman having a pre-existing condition that would make him more susceptible to something, it's understandable. We had very few talent who had issues or chosen not to be there. Reigns was rumored, and the rumor ended up being true. And we'll talk about this on Saturday. I do not think Braun Strowman should win the world title at all. The Universal title should still be held by Bill Goldberg at the end of WrestleMania. Reigns was replaced by Braun Strowman in the WWE Universal Championship match, and I believe that will be the main event of the show. If WWE has anything to do with it, it's probably going to be the main event of the show. It's the most talked about thing on the show because Roman pulled himself out. Several other stars, including Buddy Murphy, The Miz, Dana Brooke, Rey Mysterio, were all absent due to illness and precautionary measures. WWE is a strict protocol where anyone who enters the WWE Performance Center is screened to ensure that they are healthy. Now, I'll talk about how I feel about Goldberg and Strowman on tomorrow's show, but all I will say is this right here. And I mentioned this when the news broke. Strowman doesn't deserve the Universal Championship. Strowman just lost to Sami Zayn. He had nothing. He was not even on TV. How do you go? And I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt to tell me a story. I don't give a fuck what they say. How do you go from losing to Sami Zayn, feuding with Nakamura and Cesaro over the Intercontinental title, and make sense of it that he's now in a Universal Championship title program? I don't give a shit what they say about it being unique. Now, you need to watch this unique situation unfold on SmackDown. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Nothing WWE does is unique. Nothing. Like I said before in the beginning, unique is another term in WWE's language for terrible, for garbage. Now, Strowman, outside of that, creative logic does not belong there. The guy shit on the indies. He shit on every independent worker that exists in this business. by saying what he said. He obviously deleted the tweet because he's nothing but a redneck fucking hick, Braun Strowman. A fucking dummy with an IQ of a fucking crayon, Braun Strowman. Good, keep me blocked, you fucking big motherfucker. You oaf, Braun Strowman. What you say on social media makes me dumber just for looking at it. Fucking Braun Strowman. You deserve every bit of backlash that you had coming to you. You fucking suck at what you do. Lexi! Yeah, he runs fast. I don't know if you fucking realize that. Shit on the indies. You want to reward a guy who shit on the fucking business and will reward this guy, the Universal Championship, who has absolutely no care or regard for anything in pro wrestling. Yet you want to call him your World Heavyweight Champion. Braun Strowman's the World Heavyweight Champion of WWE. That would never even be a fucking thought going into this show. Give me a fucking break. In fact, Braun Strowman being on the fucking card makes the overall WrestleMania card worse than it already looks. And I don't even know how the fuck that's possible. He would make the show better just by not even existing. Braun Strowman, okay? Now, the other reason, and I'll talk about this more in depth on Saturday, Braun Strowman is a plan D. You had fucking 3 other plans that you could have easily did, and WWE didn't explore any of them. Any of them. You had Keith Lee, right? Keith Lee could win the Universal Championship, go to SmackDown, relive his feud with Roman Reigns or whatever the fuck came out of Survivor Series. Bray Wyatt, easy peasy. Like fucking Titus cheesecake, easy. And then you had Matt Riddle, sells itself. Even so, Mark Henry said Matt Riddle should be in the main event of WrestleMania because it makes logistical sense. Did WWE explore this? Of course not. Of course not. They look at Matt Riddle as bro. That's all they look at when they look at Matt Riddle. Meanwhile, the guy could probably wrestle fucking circles around 99% of the main roster. Yeah, they want to look at him like, yeah, bruh. Yo, bruh. You know? Give me a break. Fucking ridiculous. I'll take Matt Riddle stoned off fucking 3 blunts over anybody in that spot. And he'd still deliver Goldberg to the best fucking match of his life. This is what they're going with. Braun Strowman is a plan D at best. At best. You got those 3, and then you got Roman Reigns who pulled himself out, right? So, we got Braun Strowman, this fucking makeshift plan that's being held together right now by fucking Scotch tape and Elmer's glue. And Bill Goldberg was given the title for a reason. He was given the title for a reason. Don't you fucking think, because I'm thinking this way, don't you think WWE should do the right thing here and keep the title on Goldberg? You mean to tell me that Goldberg's only reason for existing here was to drop the title at WrestleMania? Drop the title to who? He was supposed to drop the title to Roman Reigns. He wasn't supposed to drop the title to Braun Strowman. If he drops the title to Braun Strowman, it's going to make Bray Wyatt's loss and him losing the championship at Super Showdown look 1,000 times worse. You took the title off of Bray Wyatt to put it onto Goldberg to get it onto Braun Strowman? Is that what you're trying to tell me? What I would do is I would keep Goldberg as the Universal title and maybe revisit this at SummerSlam or Money in the Bank or wherever. I'm sure Bill could free his fucking calendar, right? How many oil changes does he got scheduled for the rest of the fucking year? Keep him with the title, have him sit home, and use Goldberg in the manner that you wanted to use Goldberg, and have him put over somebody that fucking matters, whether it's Roman or somebody else. Telling you right now. I want you guys to think about that one. Goldberg won the title to put the belt on Braun Strowman. I mean, I like to laugh, but this is no laughing matter. This actually makes me want to fucking vomit. Seriously. Roman Reigns. Will he miss several months of television because of said virus? Now, it was reported that Roman Reigns was uncomfortable working WrestleMania due to whatever reason. I believe the story about The Miz being ill and him being upset and him pulling himself. So Meltzer said this on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, talking about WrestleMania. Another thing that was brought up to me this week by somebody is, you realize that, perhaps both of these guys, No, I don't know, Dave. That perhaps both of these guys, Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, but certainly more for Roman Reigns, that he probably, ... And I'm sure this isn't going to happen, but realistically, he probably shouldn't be doing this for a long time. This is not about WrestleMania. This is about long after WrestleMania. Until this thing is way under control. And I'm not talking about it being in control enough where we're out going to restaurants again, but way under control, or there's a vaccine, and hopefully that's soon. Now, while it would be a real shame if Roman got ill, which I don't want to see ever happen to anybody, and to some, it might be a shame that we don't see Roman on SmackDown, because they're fucking struggling as it is, but SmackDown's creative is so bad, I don't even think they would make Roman Reigns look good. They would bring him right back to where he was when we all fucking hated him. That's the way it was going. This actually might be better for Roman Reigns. It is essential that he and WWE take his health and the safety very seriously of others at this worrying, uncertain time. Now, if Roman is to miss TV, WWE, the ratings aren't going to immediately go back to where they were. They're not. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for Raw. It's going to take some time for SmackDown. It's going to take some time for NXT and AEW. It's not going to be, okay, we're going to go back into a live atmosphere. We're going to have fans and we're going to fill arenas again. It's not going to be a situation where fans are going to just outwardly come out to these shows. Fans are going to be very hesitant to come out to these large gatherings with everything still going on, fresh on everybody's mind, just fresh still in the air. And a lot of people, they've been turned off by one way or another with WWE programming. They have not handled this situation well at all. So whatever people have been dropping like flies, you've lost faith in these people. You're going to have to do a lot to get those people who are not watching your shows now, even though you're the only related sports thing on TV, you have to do a lot of work to get those people back and watching your shows and build trust in them. So with Roman being off TV, whether it's a month, 2 months, whatever. Roman ain't going anywhere. Roman's a lifer. Why does it have to be a necessity for Roman to be on TV? Does Roman really add anything to the show? No. Do you notice when Roman is gone? No. I don't notice when Roman is gone. When Roman is there, he doesn't stand out. When Roman is not there, it doesn't make the show worse or better. The show is just SmackDown. It just exists. There's nothing important about this show. What is important if Roman and his health is a priority? Then make it a fucking priority. Do not force him back until he's ready to come back. Roman should be off TV. It's not going to hurt him. It's not going to hurt the show. Roman will be exactly where he needs to be when he comes back. And SmackDown, it doesn't matter who the fuck is on the show. SmackDown will continue to be the worst show on television. Why would you risk Roman's health over SmackDown? Keep him off of television. That's just my opinion there. Now, with Roman being pulled from WrestleMania, this unique manner in which he's being pulled, Triple H spoke about this to Ariel Helwani. Triple H discussed why WWE didn't cancel or postpone WrestleMania and also spoke about Roman being pulled. We're doing this to provide that we have to be entertaining to our fans, provide what we believe is essential service to our fans, entertaining people around the world. You see that WWE with ESPN picking up the past WrestleManias, Fox, NBC, and that partnership. Even our historic content is evergreen in nature because of the storytelling aspect of what we do. Who the fuck speaks like that? The evergreen in nature Our content, our historic content is evergreen in nature because of the storytelling aspect of what we do. Who speaks like that? I mean, really. We're in a fucking day and age right now where everybody's fucking worrying, and you're over here pushing WWE storytelling and shilling the WWE product to anybody that will fucking listen because there's no other fucking sports going on. Our historic content is evergreen. I'll show you fucking evergreen. The only thing evergreen that Vince McMahon is worried about is the fucking money he's losing because of all this shit. Not the storytelling. The storytelling is in the fucking toilet, evergreen. Unless you're shitting out fucking green shit. Evergreen my ass. Storytelling. I say this a lot. We're more akin to the Rocky movie than we are actual boxing. Once the event takes place live in boxing, you're kind of done with it. With us, the Rocky movie, you'll watch it over and over and over again because it's the story and the characters and the emotion that you feel. Man, oh man, you're really striking out here, Hunter. Holy shit. You are on ESPN and you're shilling the WWE story and characters on your shows and the emotion that comes from that. I don't know what the fuck you're watching, but I get absolutely none of that from Raw and from SmackDown. It's just there. It just exists. I don't sense any emotion at all with anything. Maybe NXT. That's about it. But he's not talking about NXT. He then explained that Roman would be pulled from the match on SmackDown in a very unique way. Whatever the fuck that means. You can watch our business in multiple different ways. One of them is the storyline aspect and to follow the storyline. Another way is the online component of it and the reality of it behind it. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Behind it, in front of it, to the next of it, to the fucking left of it, to the right of it, next to it, whatever. Roman has this situation and his reasons for doing the things he's doing. But I will say, from our standpoint and the storyline standpoint, it's going to play out in a unique manner, and we want it to play out that way. I don't want to give away the ending of the movie before the movie takes place. Everybody just has to watch and see how it unfolds. It will unfold in a unique way, and I think it will be meaningful for everybody. It's going to be meaningful for everybody, guys. It's going to be meaningful for you because Braun Strowman is going to get the nod at WrestleMania. It's going to happen in a very unique way. Just like it was unique for Roman Reigns to say to everybody that he deserves a fucking title match by simply coming out there and saying, I'm next. Like it's unique in WWE's way to book a fucking match with, I'm next. And poof, the match happens. And then we see the graphic for WrestleMania. Unique, right? WWE being unique is usually WWE being completely illogical. I have absolutely no faith in them pulling Roman Reigns and making it make sense at all. Braun Strowman is not the answer. In fact, I wish WWE was trolling us all. I wish Roman was trolling us all. And this is one big fucking ruse. It's one big fucking troll job. And Roman shows up on Saturday or Sunday or whenever this match takes place, and he's wrestling Bill Goldberg. Just so that they could sell the story. Because there was no story going into it. We're talking about this match more now than anybody ever thought that they were talking about this match. Why? Because we now have a story. Roman pulled himself out. Granted, it's a couple of days before WrestleMania. A day before we'll actually see WrestleMania start for the weekend. But better late than never, right? Unique. Now, I don't know why you would have faith. Like I said, WWE went into this Roman Reigns match with Bill Goldberg in the most, I guess, whatever the fucking opposite of unique is. Boring. Right? The most boring manner. Just like how they were unique then. You expect them to be unique now? Give me a fucking break. So Roman being pulled will be unique. And I will talk about this unique situation on the SmackDown review tonight. after the show ends on Fox. Mark Henry, cycling back to one of my choices, which is obviously the best choice, because it makes sense. Matt Riddle, says Mark Henry, should wrestle Goldberg at WrestleMania. A WWE Hall of Famer and co-host of Busted Open, Shilling Open Radio, Mark Henry recently discussed that WrestleMania 36 and the Universal Championship situation is very easy to fix. It's very easy to fix. It was recently revealed that Roman Reigns pulled himself out of WrestleMania, and Mark Henry said this in regards to the situation. And I quote, "It's easy to work with somebody that people want to see you work with," Mark Henry said. Then he talked about a potential Riddle and Goldberg match. They, the fans, want this match. Man, I love things that go together, like peanut butter. I like peanut butter. I like jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. I like milk, and I like cereal. Some people eat cereal without milk. Like, I will eat. Now, you might call me a fucking goon, but I eat Frosted Mini Wheats without the milk. I was going to say without the cereal. It's not really cereal. It's like fucking... It's shredded sugar, really. But when I'm in the mood for Frosted Mini Wheats, right? The mini wheats, not the big fucking long ones. The mini wheats. I usually eat it without milk. I hate when Frosted Mini Wheats is soggy. I do. It soaks up all the milk. You might like that. That might be your taste profile. But I like it, even though it's dry. Yes, I know. I like it without milk. So that's the only cereal I will eat without milk. Now, he says peanut butter, jelly, milk, cereal. I don't know why I'm talking about fucking mini wheats. But I definitely like meat on my sandwiches. Go ask Titus. He's got a whole plethora of meat. Salami, bologna. You got fucking prosciutto, right? He's got everything. Everything you could ask for. Turkey, smoked turkey. He's got some sliced chicken. He's got everything you need, bro. Titus has it all. He's got a bakery. He's got a deli. He's got a cafe. Titus is going into the cafe business now. He's going to be opening his own little coffee stand. Titus is hiring baristas now. There you go. Just getting into all aspects of catering. Don't kill the messenger, please. I'm just relaying the information to you. Anyway, I like meat on my sandwiches, so, you got to be able to put things together. That match goes together. That everybody wants to see. Mark Henry elaborated further, discussing the real-life issues between Riddle and Goldberg. Matt Riddle and Goldberg had an issue, some of them based off of respect on Riddle's side. You know, you overstepping your bounds like you haven't paid enough dues to be comfortable like that. Mark Henry was, of course, referring to the constant jabs from Riddle against Goldberg and WWE Champion Brock Lesnar. Riddle has consistently stated that he plans on retiring Brock Lesnar. And whatever the case may be, but I'm just saying, if you have an issue, and it's going to go to blows, and it's almost something that went to blow a couple of times, let them fight. Put it together. Henry knows. Henry might be a WWE shill that works for Busted Shilling Radio, but it makes sense. It's one of my three choices. Bray Wyatt, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle works. Any one of those situations work. Any one of those situations opens WWE up to being creative. And what did they do? They went with Braun Strowman. Braun. I'm not talking about Brawny, the fucking paper towels. I'm talking about, you know, the guy's going to run around the ring and fucking shoulder tackle Bill Goldberg in an empty performance center, you know, because he can run fast. Fuck out of here. Several WWE superstars are worried that WWE is going to start releasing talent. Of course they are. They're going to be cutting their losses. They're losing money. Stocks are down. Vince is not making any money right now. No live gate, no merchandise, no WrestleMania, right? Stocks are down for whatever reason. Got the XFL season closing up shop. Vince is in dire shit right now. Ratings are down. Nobody's watching. Vince is in the shits. Of course he's going to be releasing talent. Who the fuck needs a Bo Dallas on the roster? Who needs a No Way Jose on the roster? where WWE didn't want to release talent because they were afraid that that talent's going to go to AEW. Send No Way Jose to AEW. Who the fuck cares? Who cares? You need to cut your payroll. WWE will be taking a big hit this WrestleMania weekend, as they will not be seeing revenue from ticket sales or merchandise, and they are losing out on revenue that would have been generated from Raw, SmackDown, NXT TakeOver, the Hall of Fame. People in the company have talked about how the company is unlikely to hit revenue projections this year, and there will be pressure to cut back on costs. Vince McMahon has offered big contracts to keep wrestlers from going elsewhere, but given what's going on in the world, some lower card wrestlers have privately acknowledged that there may be some tough decisions made this year, and there is fear of talent cuts coming at some point. One wrestler in WWE said this: I think guys know they can't depend on AEW as their safety net because they are going through the same issues that we're going through with canceled shows. This will be tough for a lot of guys and for a lot of people in the wrestling business overall. The feeling is that most of the mid-card wrestlers and the top stars will be fine, but some of the wrestlers not used much on the shows are worried. Eventually, travel restrictions will be lifted, and WWE will be able to run shows again in front of fans, but there is a realization that some of these fans may not be so quick to attend sports shows or concerts or sporting events, anything, entertainment. And WWE seems to be aware of that. A few days ago, the company sent out a fan survey, and one of the questions asked was about spending habits and if they changed during the outbreak. There's no question that the entire business will be affected even after restrictions are lifted. Of course, things are going to be affected. Things are going to change unless you're a Roman Reigns, a Seth Rollins, a Sasha Banks, a Charlotte Flair, a Becky Lynch, or anybody like that. Randy Orton, Edge. If you are not in that class of superstar, then you should be worried. You should be worried. Nobody outside of that elite group, names like that, nobody outside of that group is safe. So Zayn's and Nakamura's and Buddy Murphy's, everybody is on the cutting block. Everybody's on the chopping block. Doesn't matter who you are, you know? And yeah, people are going to be very skeptical about heading back to these shows. They're going to be very skeptical about attending these WWE shows in large numbers, especially with the outbreak and there not being a vaccine for said outbreak. A lot of people are going to be very, very cautious about what they do. I know, just because of what's going on, I don't trust anybody. I don't want to sit next to some fucking schmuck who's, I don't trust anybody. You go to the fucking supermarket, you go to Walmart, look at the fucking, just feel around you. Nobody wants to be around that. I went to Walmart the other day. I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there. It absolutely drove me mad to see how many people are acting the way that they do. Irresponsibly. It is something that, you look at people that they think that they're the only fucking human beings in the store and on planet Earth. It's one of those things where I played a game going into Walmart. How many fucking face masks? How many medical masks you think I'll see by the time I start shopping and when I finish shopping? I said I'll give myself about 10. I seen 10 coming out of the fucking parking lot before I even walked in there. It is uncomfortable. I can't do it. I look at these people like they're fucking lunatics, right? But, fans are not going to go to these shows immediately. It might be a long while before people start trusting anything where they're going to head out in large numbers and join large numbers of people to enjoy what they once enjoyed. And WWE, they're going to be making cuts. That goes from anybody, from the top all the way to the bottom. Except that caliber superstar that you see on TV like I just mentioned, everybody is prone to getting cut. Businesses worldwide have had to make cuts. 6.6 million people in the United States have filed for unemployment because of what's going on. Businesses are affected. My friends' businesses are affected. Nobody's got jobs. Everybody's home. Everybody's worried about how to pay their bills, the rent, the this, the that. Kids are going to school. How the fuck am I going to pay for their school, this and that, food, clothes, this, that, It's like you're going to have a different way of spending. And with WWE, they're not immune to this shit. It's just not the talent. What about the fucking writers? The fuck you need 40 writers for? They're not going to have TV for the entire month of April. Don't you think you should cut about half the fucking writing team? The fuck you need 38 writers, 40 writers for? Somebody is going to lose their job. People are going to lose their job. WWE's not immune to this shit. They're not above all. They're not the biggest company in the world because they're on TV. Oh, look, we're entertaining. It's going to come around, and you're going to fall just like everybody else. Now, I don't think they're going to close up shop, but there's nothing that they could do until things get better. So why fight it? Why fight it? People will lose their jobs. People will continue to lose their jobs until things hopefully get back to normal. Now, why WWE has decided until the last minute to announce WrestleMania changes on TV. Now, I don't know. I don't know why, but I would like to think, and I've seen this kind of come together over the last couple of days. WWE is selling WrestleMania to Fox. Fox is streaming WWE's WrestleMania. We got Fight TV is streaming WrestleMania. And being that WWE is getting you in the zone for what's happening here, this is the last year, in my honest opinion, that WrestleMania will be on the WWE Network because you're just seeing it. The fact that Fight TV has WrestleMania and Fox now has WrestleMania, this is the last year Vince is going to allow WrestleMania to be free on the WWE Network. And good for him. Good for him. It's his biggest show of the year. You should not be getting WrestleMania for free. If you are a network OG like me, who's been there since 2014, that's been paying $9.99 every fucking month. And if they raise the price, $12.99, whatever, I'll gladly pay it. It's worth the $12.99. Those people should stream WrestleMania for whatever they've given to the network all over these years, right? But you're not going to just sign up willy-nilly as a new-time subscriber and get WrestleMania for free. That's awful. That is awful. Vince sold his rights to Fight and to Fox, and this is the last year that WrestleMania is going to be on the WWE Network. You're going to have to pay pay-per-view prices for WrestleMania next year. And it's going to happen for the Royal Rumble. It's going to happen for SummerSlam. It's going to happen for Survivor Series. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So why did they wait till the last minute to announce changes on WrestleMania TV or on WWE TV for WrestleMania? Well, this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to pretend that everything was going to be the way that they had set out WrestleMania to be. They thought that if they went this route and they went this way, that fans would be a little bit more willing to buy the show. Oh, Roman Reigns is on the show. Let me get people in there to order WrestleMania. So we'll continue to promote Roman until the very day right before the first WrestleMania, and then we'll unleash it on them. So WWE is pretty much clickbaiting you and suckering you into WrestleMania. And if you're looking for Roman Reigns and Goldberg and you want Roman Reigns to win the Universal Championship, and then you don't really follow the dirt sheets, you don't fucking know what's going on, and you're thinking at this moment that Roman Reigns is still on WrestleMania, and you come to pay for the fucking show already, and then you watch SmackDown, and then you get Braun Strowman versus Bill Goldberg. How the fuck are you going to feel? How the fuck are you going to feel? What about The Miz and John Morrison, right? You got that triple threat ladder match that you're paying for at WrestleMania. WWE had already taped these shows. The Miz is sent home. He's in quarantine. What you seen on Friday was taped. Whatever happened during the week, Miz didn't show up at WrestleMania. So we didn't get a ladder match that was advertised on Friday. We'll find out what the new match is on Friday. But if you paid for WrestleMania already, you're anticipating a 3-team ladder match between the Usos, Miz and Morrison, Hey, No, and the New Day. Now, who knows if there is even going to be a SmackDown Tag Team title. It might be one of the members of the New Day versus Shawn Morrison versus one of the members of the Usos. But you're anticipating a ladder match. Now, when you watch SmackDown, you're not going to get that ladder match. Same thing with the Tag Team title situation. What if you're anticipating Andrade? You might be the biggest Andrade fan out there, right? But they announced Andrade. And they filled him in with Austin Theory. But those are the situations that I think are at the forefront of what's going on. These situations have been in the bag already. And I'm like, why are they still promoting this show? And then I found out like a day or two ago, oh, that's why Fight TV came out and expressed that they got WrestleMania. Fox came out and expressed that they got WrestleMania. I'm like, there you go. That's the answer I'm looking for. So why do they do it? According to Cage Side Seats, WWE is likely going to wait till the last minute to announce anything regarding these matches in hopes that some fans will have not heard the news and will therefore watch the show without realizing Reigns won't be in action. There you go. It is a shitty fucking stunt that WWE pulls, but they are so desperate in times like this that these are the actions and this is the route that they will ultimately take. It sucks. And this is the company that is for our entertainment, right? Tell that to the fucking guy that spent $70 fucking on a 2-night WrestleMania, who might be the biggest fucking Roman Reigns fan out there, that doesn't pay attention to the fucking internet, thinking Reigns is going to be on the show, and then when he watches the show, where's Reigns? And he's upset about his fucking WrestleMania purchase. Fuck you, Vince. Fuck you. What a scumbag move. Now, I get selling the t-shirt. I wasn't there. I get selling any WrestleMania merchandise you can on shop and pushing that. I get selling the commemorative chair that they got for $100 on WWE Shop. I get it. I get it. This I don't get. WWE should have owned up to the fact, and they should have made their television a little bit more captivating with these changes. These aren't some rinky-dink changes. This isn't some fucking bullshit change that's going to be like, whatever. This isn't like some Alexa Bliss being removed off of WrestleMania. Who the fuck cares about that, right? This is Roman Reigns. This is one of your world title matches that you're just toying with and playing the audience with. Shame on you. Shame on you. So WWE decided until the last minute to announce these changes. Why? That's the reason why, folks. It's not that out there. It's exactly what I said it is. WWE is considering taking a break after WrestleMania. Hand me a Kit Kat, bro. But before you do that, make sure it was frozen in the freezer, because I love my dark chocolate cold and crispy. I don't know if you guys like that, man. I love putting Twix or Snickers or Kit Kat or anything in the freezer. M&M's are the best. Peanut M&M's, the pretzel M&M's in the freezer. Oh, so good. A very delectable treat, says JD. Can't have too much of that stuff because it's no good for you. Anyway, I'm over here talking about food. What was I talking about before? Fucking mini wheats. I'm talking about fucking M&M's in the freezer. You can tell I'm fucking hungry, okay? WWE is considering taking a Kit Kat after WrestleMania. Now, this is coming after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who right now is not in the good eye of the general public because he waited so fucking long, announced on Wednesday afternoon that he issued a stay-at-home order amid the pandemic. The order will take effect on April 2, which is already in effect, and that was Thursday, and last 30 days. Thus, it would be difficult for WWE to continue holding TV tapings in Orlando at the Performance Center like they had been doing. Now, we will talk about AEW. AEW moved from Daly's place because of this situation. Jacksonville and the entire state of Florida, every fucking county and every city in Florida, complete stay-at-home order. They can't do Daly's place anymore, so they moved into the Nightmare Wrestling Factory in Georgia. And I don't know exactly where it emanates from in Georgia, but they did their Wednesday show on TNT from the Nightmare Factory in Georgia, and then the very next day, boom, Georgia was ordered to stay at home, lockdown for 30 days. So now I don't know if AEW is in WWE's boat where they have some content planned and taped, and then half of the month they're going to be waiting around to see what happens next. But we'll see what happens. I know WWE has SmackDown tonight. They got WrestleMania. They got the Raw after Mania. They got NXT. And they got SmackDown. And then after that, they got nothing. They got nothing. So we might be looking at a WWE free April for the most part. Now, what does that mean for me and people in my boat in the wrestling community here on YouTube? I don't know. I'm thinking about going back to a Monday Night Raw in April, back maybe in 1999, 2000. Maybe we'll chronicle something. You guys want to pick a favorite feud, and we'll just document it, and we'll kind of fill in the missing Raws that we're getting now in 2020 with Raws from yesteryear. I'm thinking maybe I should go back and relive the Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho feud. That's what I was thinking. And cover the Monday Night Raws up until that show or that match. I don't know. Or whatever happened in maybe April of 2000, or maybe during the Attitude Era. You know, what happened back in the Attitude Era during this time in April. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll poll you guys on Twitter or something like that. But AEW, I believe, has shows taped because they're advertising an empty arena match between Jake Hager and Jon Moxley on Dynamite in 2 weeks. So they might have the next 2 weeks of tapings done in the vault, in the can. And then after that, they have nothing. So I don't know what they did inside the Nightmare Factory. They might have taped a whole bunch of shows. And AEW's production team is pretty damn fucking good. They could show highlight packages. They could show promos. They could have wrestlers film promos from their homes. It'll be really fun. AEW is kind of taking it to the next level. They've had fun with it. We've seen Jericho in his fucking jacuzzi, in his palatial estate, in jeans, entertaining Vanguard 1. Shit like that is entertaining to me, man. WWE doesn't do anything like that. They're going about this like some fucking crabby old fuck who goes to the diner and sits down and has the same old fucking breakfast and the black coffee the way he likes it with fucking 4 Splendor, you know? Does the same thing every fucking day. They don't change. They don't go outside their box. Use some sweet and low, for Christ's sakes. Fuck the Splendor. Jesus Christ, why are you getting the fucking 3 eggs scrambled with the sausage link and 1 slice of bacon? Why? Switch it up. Go get some fucking French toast and slather that fucking motherfucker with syrup and butter. And give me a fucking everything bagel on the side with extra cream cheese, motherfucker. Same old shit. Here I am talking about fucking food again. This is WWE in a nutshell, folks. They don't change. They don't have fun. They don't give a fuck. They don't. They don't know how to fun. It all starts at the top. They don't know how to have fun because the man at the top doesn't know how to have fun. So, obviously, with Florida being shut down, WrestleVotes tweeted out a report that states rumors last week that WWE would be considering taking a break from airing new content on their weekly television show following WrestleMania 36, should a stay-home order be issued, which has now been made official. WrestleVotes says this on Twitter. Rumors around the PC last week were that if the state of Florida issued a stay-home order, which happened this week, WWE would consider taking a break post-Mania. The Raw after Mania is shot. I've been told if they are pausing for a while, some footage shot won't be aired. To be determined at this point. So that's that. I honestly think a break is good for them. It's good for the roster, clears their head, gives them a little bit more time to contemplate and rest up if they're dealing with injuries, get their head right, get their head clear, spend time with their family, come back when things are normal, and hit it hard. They'd be a little bit more energetic. They'll be a little bit more motivated. They'll be happier to be back and just entertaining again after a nice little layoff, right? Everybody right now is off. Whether you like it or not, you're home with your families. Hopefully you're making the best out of it. Some people have lost their jobs. I feel fucking terrible for you guys. I really do. And WWE and their roster and their performers, their employees, are lucky that they even have a job. Now, who knows who's going to be cut? There will be cuts coming. I don't know from where. Every department might be seeing cuts. I don't know. But these people should be very fortunate that they do have something to come back to. Because some people right now out there will not have a job to go back to. They'll have to find a whole new job, a whole new career, etc., etc. So I honestly think a break for WWE and hitting that proverbial reset button, I think is an excellent move for everyone involved, all the way at the top, all the way down to the very bottom and everybody in between. Hit the fucking reset button. I think us as fans would be happy to see WWE hit the reset button as well. We are right now, with what's going on, everybody feels the same way. And if you don't, you're a fucking shill. Shut the fuck up. Your opinion means nothing to me. Everybody deep down wants WWE to take a break because we're all just desensitized to the entire fucking product. We're not invested in the product anymore. Nobody gives a shit. Our interest in the product is so fucking low right now that people have just stopped watching. Some people have stopped creating content because they don't fucking care. Some people stopped tweeting about it. It's bad. It really is bad. If WWE wants to hit the reset button, it's going to be good for everybody. Everybody. You, me, and everybody in the WWE. I'd like to see what they could do. Maybe give their writers some time off. Maybe think of some new storylines that they could implement on TV when they do come back. Start thinking of fresh feuds. Start thinking about what you're going to be doing at SummerSlam. You know? Start thinking of feuds and matches and storylines that you could possibly implement on TV going into your second biggest show of the year, which this year might end up being the biggest show of the year. Because hopefully we're back to work by that time. I'm just saying. WWE taking a break after WrestleMania? Give these motherfucker a Kit Kat and call it a day, man. I think that's the best decision for WWE. Guys, before we hit the Monday Night Raw stuff right here on Off the Script, I got to talk about the Ridge. Ridge.com/scripts. I've owned a Ridge wallet for almost 2 years now, and I love it. I bring it with me everywhere I go, man. In the middle of this pandemic, I pull out my Ridge wallet. It's how I'm paying for everything but my fucking toilet paper because I can't find it. Ridge helps you carry what you need to every single day, from streamlining how you carry cash and cards in their flagship Ridge wallet to their portable charging commuter backpacks. They want to make the most out of what you bring with you every single day. I've been using the Ridge wallet, like I said, for 2 years. It's stylish. It's durable. It's sleek. I carry what I need to every single day, everywhere I go. And the best thing about it, it doesn't fold, it doesn't bend, it doesn't scratch, and it's got RFID blocking quality, so I know that my ID and my card information are safe and secure. The Ridge is also so confident that you'll enjoy their product. They've made it as simple as possible. Free shipping so you guys can get it fast. Free returns, which I don't know why you wouldn't like it, but free returns in case you don't like it. And if you do like it, there's a lifetime guarantee. There's 30,000 five-star reviews, so they also got a lot to be confident about. The Ridge is super durable, made from military-grade materials like titanium and carbon fiber. It's proven to be bulletproof, waterproof, and Terry Funk-proof. Guys, ridge.com/script. Use code SCRIPT at checkout. Once again, that is ridge.com/script. 10% off using code SCRIPT at checkout on anything on their website. And I want to thank them for being a good partner of the podcast right here on Off the Script. You know, every time I look at the Monday Night Raw rating, and it ends up being exactly what I want it to be and exactly how I expect it to be, it brings a huge smile to my face. Now, on that particular Monday, it is on a norm that the show is just completely garbage. It's mostly garbage every Monday, but sometimes you know when the ratings should be where they are because of how bad the show was. And then when you see that number, you just get giddy. You get excited, right? And this week, I'm excited. This past show on Monday was so fucking terrible that they deserved every bit of the lowest rating in the history of the show that they've got this week. Now, the entire show was not a complete swing and a miss. Strike one, strike two, strike three. Monday Night Raw is on strike 1,000 at this point. But the promo work on Monday Night Raw was incredible. Incredible. Edge delivered a passionate promo that if you told me Edge and Randy Orton were fighting, and you showed me the last 2 weeks of Randy Orton and Edge going back to back inside an empty performance center, cutting promos in a dark fucking room with no audience, and that's all you showed me, and you showed me nothing else, You showed me no attack by Randy Orton on Edge. You showed me no attack by Orton on Matt Hardy. You showed me no attack by Orton on Beth Phoenix. You didn't show me the Royal Rumble in which Edge eliminated Randy Orton in the Royal Rumble after 9 years, eliminating Randy Orton, making a WWE return. If you didn't show me any of that and you showed me these two last promos from Randy and Edge, and that's what you showed me, sold. Sold. You had me sold on Edge's promo alone on Monday. Rollins is another one. Rollins cut a great promo, probably the best promo I think I've ever heard from Seth Rollins inside the empty Performance Center, calling himself a god when WrestleMania season comes around, saying that Kevin Owens is a failure at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens came back this week and cut a very unscripted, from-the-heart, passionate promo in regards to Seth Rollins after he delivered a curb stomp to Kevin Owens, and Owens was laying in the ring by himself with nobody. Nobody but him and his thoughts. Then we got Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman cutting an incredible promo on Drew McIntyre, saying that, yeah, Drew McIntyre, he deserves to be in WrestleMania. And, yeah, he's worked hard and he's going to be great, right? But everybody else that stepped in the ring with Brock Lesnar was great as well. Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, The Rock, John Cena. He named people left and right, on and on and on. Bill Goldberg. They all ended up falling. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, they all ended up falling to Brock Lesnar. And Drew McIntyre can state that he's going to be the WWE champion and blah, blah, blah. He's going to end up being Brock Lesnar's bitch, just like everybody else. And Paul Heyman said, this is not even a spoiler at this point. This is a goddamn guarantee. When you look at the go-home show for WrestleMania in 2021, right here on Monday Night Raw, it's not going to be Drew McIntyre who's holding the WWE Championship. It's going to be Brock Lesnar. Because this is Brock Lesnar's world. This is his game. And Drew McIntyre is not going to do anything to do that or take that away from Brock Lesnar. The promo by Paul Heyman was fucking phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. One of Paul Heyman's gems. Easily the best promo he's cut all year. So the promo work on Monday Night Raw was fucking great. Even The Undertaker had a great promo. Big Evil Undertaker. We didn't see the Dead Man Undertaker, but it was more Big Evil Undertaker. He even cut a great promo. But you're not going to base the show off 4 fucking promos. You're not going to do that. Raw had its lowest viewership because they refused to change. Raw had its lowest viewership. AEW had its lowest viewership. NXT had its lowest viewership. And I'm sure SmackDown will have its lowest viewership on Fox this Friday. If the ratings this week for all the other shows are any indication, people don't want to watch empty wrestling shows. People don't want to watch wrestling shows with no live audience. The audience does not want to watch a 3-hour wrestling show that only has great promo work. Yeah, it's great. Fine. But you're not going to get me to sit there and watch 3 hours of fucking Monday Night Raw because Randy Orton and Edge and Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens and The Undertaker and Paul Heyman cut a great fucking promo. I don't give a fuck. We're going to watch it on YouTube anyway. Nobody wants to watch a wrestling show with no live audience. Nobody. Just shut it down. WWE is contemplating taking a break. I think AEW should follow suit as well. I really do. Just give it a break. Shut it down until things get better. Shut it down, and then you'll be back to work, and things will be back on the up again. Attendance, merchandise. People will flock to these shows. They're going to want it like fucking a drug dealer, like a fucking crack addict. They're going to want it. So just shut it down. Monday Night Raw got its ratings this Monday, and deservedly so. I don't know who in their fucking right mind is going to come to me and tell me I'm being negative when the fucking show was 3 hours and I had to watch 2 reruns. 2 reruns. One of a WrestleMania 35 women's match between Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. That was fucking awful the night it happened. You're asking me to watch that again? Then I gotta watch Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic get destroyed by Brock Lesnar at the Survivor Series. Great match. But I don't give a fuck about it. How does that correlate to what's happening at WrestleMania this year? It don't. And WWE has refused to change. And the fans know that. Why would you watch 3 hours? Now, I watch it because it's my fucking job. But why would you watch 3 hours of Monday Night Raw knowing that WWE's formula is kind of set? If you watch one show, you know every other show that follows is going to be the same fucking formula, right? You seen that on night one. This is WWE in the empty arena, rerun after rerun after rerun with no interesting shit happening on the show. So fans are in tune with what WWE is going to do. Then they give you 3 matches. 2 matches ended up being 1 minute. Aleister Black versus some fucking poor schmuck. And then you got Asuka and Kaden Carter from NXT lasted 1 minute. That's wrestling on these shows. Then you got a 6-man tag that went about 13 minutes or so where Montez Ford fucking killed himself. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. So you got 15 minutes of actual wrestling with commercials. Obviously during that 6-man tag with commercials on Monday Night Raw on a 3-hour show that's promo and rerun. So if you're watching this as a viewer and you are already up to date with what WWE is doing with these shows, formula-wise, format-wise, why would you even bother watching the show when you know you could go and watch these matches on the WWE Network at your discretion whenever you want? You can go on YouTube and watch all the fucking incredible promo work that you missed because WWE uploaded every fucking segment from the promos on the YouTube channel. What's the fucking point of watching the show? Then you want to know why the rating is so low. They deserve it. They didn't even try. They didn't even try. They should have tried. If you're going to give me fucking television and you're going to force a fucking 3-hour show and a 2-hour show and a 2-hour show down our throats, I expect you to try. You didn't. You didn't. I don't care. So yes, they're susceptible. I got it right that time, motherfucker. They're susceptible to criticism. And I'll be here to fucking shit on their parade every single time, waiting with a smile on my face. Monday Night Raw deserved the rating it got. What was the rating? 1.92. The lowest number for a live Raw episode in modern history. Oh, but JD was taped. You didn't know that. You wouldn't even know it. They didn't say anything. 1.65 million viewers for Hour 3 is the lowest in the history of the show, even beating the Christmas Eve 2018 episode. Holy shit. That show was bad. The reality is that the empty arena format is well past its curiosity level, and right now people are just not interested in this shit at all. At all. The decline was 4% from last week overall and 5% in the 18 to 49 demo with a 0.58 average. Rose behind 2 episodes of Love and Hip Hop in the key demos, but beat the show for most viewers when it comes to non-news programming. Raw was 31st overall for the day, but had more viewers than any other non-news show on cable. The first to third hour decline was 23%, the 5th biggest in the 27-year history of Monday Night Raw. The decline was 15% in women 18 to 49, 22% in men 18 to 49. Teenagers increased, and the core audience for the show, those over 50, dropped 26% from the first to third hour. Awful. Awful. And you're going to get that for WrestleMania. You're going to get that for Raw after Mania. You're going to get that for NXT because they got to finish their takeover matches. And you're going to get that for SmackDown following WrestleMania. And that doesn't bode well for WrestleMania at all. If the people aren't watching the actual show, if the people aren't watching what's happening and being built for WrestleMania, what does that mean for people needing to order WrestleMania? What does that mean for people subscribing to the network? Will you even bother watching WrestleMania? Even if it's free. I don't know. I don't know. They deserve it. Just give it a rest already. And like I said before, hit the reset. I think everybody is looking forward to it. And I think WWE would be better off for it. Because these shows have been absolutely miserable. Fucking miserable. The big story coming out on Monday Night Raw is Montez Ford. Now, he took this horrific bump. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I had thought it was Austin Theory's fault because he was out of place. Austin Theory is taking the place of Andrade at WrestleMania, teaming up with Garza against the Street Profits for the tag team titles on Monday Night Raw. Does it make sense? No, it's just them explaining that Zelina Vega came out there and expressed that Andrade's got a rib injury, and I went out and signed the new free agent, Austin Theory. That's all it is. Zelina Vega is got an eye for talent now, apparently. He's the new Paul Heyman. So he took this horrific bump. You've seen him just fly over the top rope. Now, I don't know if Theory was out of place. I don't know if Rollins was supposed to trip him up before he flew over the ropes. I don't know. I don't know. But Alvarez seems to recap and know what happened here. He says this on Wrestling Observer Live and explain what had happened. And he was not supposed to take the bump, according to Alvarez. He said, so as it turns out, apparently what had happened was when Montez hit the ropes, Seth was supposed to trip him, okay? Now, granted, Seth was a little late, but he wasn't that late, and he actually did get a hold of Montez's foot. Now, maybe Montez, as he started running, realized that Seth was too far away, and in his mindset, thought there's no way that this guy's going to get me. I just got to keep running. But Seth is actually very athletic and fast, and he did get him. But one way or another, Montez apparently had it in his mind that I got to do this dive. I didn't get tripped, so he ran, and he just did an unplanned flip dive over the top. Austin Theory didn't know it was coming, so Austin Theory just looks up, and here comes this guy, and Montez Ford crashes and nearly kills himself on Theory, or tries to kill himself on Theory, and Theory, he was supposed to catch him. I don't know I don't know what was in anybody's mind, but maybe Theory thought, oh, dude, maybe I was supposed to catch him, and I forgot. So he took a bump, and then everybody's dead, Alvarez says. The spot was that Seth was supposed to trip Montez, and Montez just did the dive anyway that he wasn't supposed to do. So that's what happened in that spot. So, again, it's everybody's fault. Seth Rollins was late. Montez was not supposed to dive, but he dove anyway. And then Austin Theory was out of fucking place, and he forgot that he was supposed to catch Montez Ford. And then what did this result in? Montez Ford goes on social media and says he's got a broken back. I don't know if that's legitimate, but I would not be surprised the way he fucking landed. Maybe it's just him over-exaggerating his obvious back injuries. He may never be the same again. I hope to fucking God he's okay. But my God, this is what you get. And what did you do it in front of? An empty fucking arena. Was it worth it? Why are you taking dives like that on the go-home show for WrestleMania? It's obviously, he must be okay because the title match, I'm assuming, is fucking taped. Because this happened before. This happened before WrestleMania was filmed. So he must have showed up and he was good to go. He might have been just over-exaggerating a little bit on social media, but my God, why are you risking yourself like that before your WrestleMania match in front of an empty arena? Absolutely unnecessary. And I like Montez Ford, but my God, you got to be smarter than that, bro. Really. The risk does not need to be that high in that situation. Just go about doing your thing. We know you can fly. We know you're athletic. We know you could get the jumps. You don't need to do it in front of an empty arena where it means nothing to anybody watching at home. Come on. Got to do better. WWE is considering adding live fan interactions, live stream reactions to their shows moving forward. Man, oh man. How are they going to go about getting these actual reactions? Who are they going to put into these roles? How are they going to determine who is going to be on these live reactions? Now, if I can find it, there's a screenshot. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, if you're watching me on YouTube, clearly you won't see anything if you're listening to me on Spotify or iTunes or Podbean or any of those other platforms. But if you want to see what I'm talking about here on YouTube, if I remember, and I go back and post that and put the fucking picture in, I'll give you a screenshot right now on the screen. This is what it's going to look like. Can you imagine watching Monday Night Raw like that with all those fucking complete blithering idiots, those fucking casuals watching the show reacting? Oh, wow, Alexa Bliss. Man, she's such a great wrestler. Right? I gotta be watching this shit during Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live as if the shows aren't bad enough. How are you gonna go about determining who gets those coveted spots? How do I apply? You wanna watch Raw with JD? Let's do it. I'll be more entertaining than the actual show itself. And I mean that with every fiber of my soul. I really do. WWE's quest to perfect the art of empty arena wrestling shows continues. Bro, Vince, done. Bruce, you failed. You might as well give it up. Bruce has a better shot at bringing back Brother Love and having him get over on fucking TV in 2020 than this actually working. You fucking serious? They're trying to perfect the art of empty wrestling shows. The art of empty wrestling shows never existed. And AEW beat you to the punch. They perfected it. And now we're not going to see it anymore because there's not going to be any wrestling for anybody. If a fan council survey is anything to go by, WWE is considering adding fan live streams to the shows so there is some form of fan interaction. The survey the company sent out reads as follows, and I quote, WWE is considering new options for the way that they present show segments with this current environment. This might include seeing and hearing feedback from superstars, celebrities, sports figures, or fans during a show. So fans are going to get they're going to get shit out of luck here because they're not going to choose the fans over sports figures and celebrities and superstars, people that actually matter and bring attention and awareness to their fucking shit product. The fans, really? Give me a break. The following videos are examples of how parts of the show segments might look if fans were shown on screen providing feedback. Now, where do they get these fans? These are probably WWE fucking incels in Titan Tower. These are people that probably work for the fucking company, and they shared this format that you've seen, and that's the way it would be. You got a box in the middle of the screen, and you got all these fucking casual idiots who don't know a goddamn fucking thing, right? Who are going to be praising everything under the sun. Who the fuck wants to watch somebody that's going to be overly fucking positive about the WWE product, knowing that the product is utter dog shit? I gotta watch this fucking idiot praise a women's match with Peyton Royce and Billie Kay and Alexa Bliss and fucking Carmella, right? Oh my God, Carmella, what an amazing performer. You want to make me physically fucking ill during these shows? What fans are going to fucking be on that show? They're going to pay people to be on that shit. They're going to be fucking plants. That's all they're going to be. Just like they hire plants to sit around and take a fucking beverage to the face by one of the superstars. Or if someone barricades into the fucking crowd. It's not actual performers. It's fucking plants. That's exactly what they're going to be. They're going to be planted fans. Fake reactions. You're going to have 12 luge. You're going to have 12 luges on fucking television. That's all you're going to have. That's all you're going to have. Give me a break. Does Luge have anything bad to say about WWE programming? No. Absolutely not. You're going to have 12 Ryan Satins in that box. If that doesn't give you fucking nightmares, my God, you want the rating to be lower than the 1.65 the third hour got? Go ahead. Try it. Fans will tune out in fucking droves if this is the reason. If this is the case. Awful. You don't even need to. I'll be there. I'll dedicate my time willingly for free to be on there. Seriously. You need someone like me on there. Because you got all these fucking people sniffing the flowers and fucking looking at the sunshine thinking everything's going to be okay on WWE TV. Motherfucker, this is a hurricane sweeping through your county. Nobody's going to survive. It is not that good. It's not good at all. It's downright garbage. Give me a break. You find one fucking positive about this show, man. You are trying way too hard. The positives will reveal themselves because they are the positives. They are that good. But the bad, my God, please stop trying to find positive. You got 16 segments on a standard Monday Night Raw. You'd be lucky if 2 segments were positive. Stop trying so hard. It's fucking nauseating. It really is. If they do that, goodbye. The ratings will be worse than they ever been. Andrade. Can it get any more worse for Andrade? What a terrible year Mr. CN Almas has had. Dave Meltzer talked about this on the Wrestling Observer Live. Andrade suffered a rib injury in a tag team match with Rick O'Shea and Cedric Alexander, the 2 amigos, the 2 L's, the 2 walking losers in catering on Monday Night Raw. Suffered a rib injury, but the knock is not said to be severe. His removal from WrestleMania is likely just a precautionary measure by the WWE. Meltzer says this about Andrade's injury. Andrade suffered a rib injury on Raw in that tag team match with Cedric and Ricochet. It's not a serious injury, but it was serious enough that he's out. He suffered a rib injury. You want good ribs? Go talk to Titus. I hear his barbecue rub is fucking fantastic. His dry rub is fantastic. Andrade, listen, I feel bad for Andrade. He won the title. He has not done anything with the title. He got suspended for a drug policy violation. We don't know what had happened there. You heard the rumors. It was his fault. It wasn't his fault. Blah, blah, blah. Who knows? We may never find out. Now he's off WrestleMania in a tag team title match. Can't be in the tag team title match. He's had a miserable year. An absolutely miserable year. We don't know if WWE doesn't trust him anymore. We don't know if WWE had it in their heads that they didn't trust him anyway coming out of the suspension. Now he's hurt. Now he might be looked at as injury prone. We gave him this opportunity as the United States champion. He's not really holding his weight, blah, blah, blah. We don't know. We don't know. But he's engaged to Charlotte. That's the best thing going for him. Imagine if he didn't have that, where Andrade would be. He'd be with Ricochet and Cedric in catering. Hopefully it's not serious. He's too good to just waste away on Monday Night Raw. The Boneyard. Why WWE went with Boneyard match instead of Graveyard match or Buried Alive match at WrestleMania. It's because WWE is being very PC with WrestleMania. A lot of pussies out there in social media land. Oh, it's too sensitive. It's too sensitive, Boneyard. What am I, walking into a fucking pet shop? Boneyard. Yeah, let me pick out the fucking rawhide bone for my fucking dog. You fucking kidding me? Boneyard match, Buried Alive match, fucking Inferno match, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Graveyard match. Oh, it's insensitive with what's going on in the world today. Motherfucker, life is insensitive. You fucking serious? Boneyard match. Yeah, what a way to make it uncool. Boneyard match. Why they went with Boneyard match? This comes from Styles himself. Not Meltzer, not fucking Satan, not Brad Shepard, nobody. Styles. AJ Styles himself. Live on Mixer. Styles seemed to confirm that the match would have been given a more sinister name, but the company opted for something more lighthearted as a result of people losing their lives due to the pandemic. He says this, and I quote, "What the heck is a Boneyard match? Even I was wondering what a Boneyard match was. Under the circumstances, I think there's a reason it's called a Boneyard match. We didn't want to say cemetery, graveyard, blah, blah, blah. Let's tread delicately on this. Everything that's going on, it sucks. It's a combination of things. You thought it was, most likely. It's going to be different. I don't want to give away anything. I want you guys to enjoy this. Because of the circumstances, I'm so glad that my opponent is The Undertaker because it's an opportunity to have a different match. I don't want to have it in an empty arena. You guys know that you are the lifeblood of what we do. We react to you. It's all about you, the fans. I wouldn't be anything without you, but we know how to react based on how you react. All that stuff matters. I feel for the guys who have had to have those matches, meaning inside the PC. So it's exactly what you think it is. It's just under a different name. So with many people set to lose a lot of people due to this pandemic, it does make sense that WWE is going PC a little bit more lighthearted instead of calling it a cemetery or a graveyard match. But I mean, in real life, what are you going to call the fucking place where you got to go bury your fucking relative when their time has come? Oh yeah, honey, I'm going to go visit the boneyard and go visit grandma. What? Gonna visit the boneyard? Motherfucker, it's the cemetery. I'm going to the cemetery. I'm going to go look at my grandfather's tomb inside the graveyard. Boneyard. What the fuck? Look at how unreal it don't even sound real. What is this? I don't give a fuck what's going on. Call it by the name that needs to be said. Graveyard, cemetery, buried alive, boneyard. Whatever. I'm anticipating something cinematic. I really am. Because it has to be. It's got to be shot like that Lucha Underground style. It's got to be. Something like when you see Matanza break through a fucking prison wall and choke Dario Cueto out. Something along those lines. Got to be. Got to be fucking fun. Got to be fresh. Got to be different. Got to be unlike the traditional way of doing things. Boneyard. Hopefully WWE doesn't let me down, but that right now is hanging on a fucking wing and a prayer for WrestleMania. Where is Kairi Sane? Kairi Sane stole the fucking pirate ship that they were going to put in Raymond James Stadium and sailed away because she doesn't want to be in this fucking shithole of a company anymore. Where's Kairi Sane? A lot of people asked. I enjoy me some Kairi Sane, but her main roster run has been absolutely fucking terrible. She is an absolute clown. Her and Asuka are two fucking clowns on the main roster. I don't know who the fuck these women are. I know Kairi Sane when I see her. This is not Kairi Sane. I know Asuka when I see her. I don't know. What is Asuka doing? What is Asuka doing? The fucking Teddy Long? What is she doing? What is she doing? She playing fucking Dance Dance Revolution? That's not Asuka. Imagine she goes one-on-one with Shayna Baszler. She gonna be doing this? She's gonna be doing this? What is she playing? Playing the fucking imaginary piano? What the fuck is she doing? Is she hanging fucking puppets? What, are you fucking serious? Then I got the Asuka bots and the Kairi bots coming at me. Fucking ridiculous segments, laughing like two fucking schoolgirls, laughing in Japanese. Nobody gives a shit about this. They look like clowns. They look like clowns. They are the Japanese version of the Iconics. You want my opinion? I'm comparing them to the fucking Iconics. That's what WWE has done with them. Can you get any lower? I don't know. Yeah, they're better wrestlers than Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, but Jesus Christ, if there's one gimmick you're going to model yourself off to, it's the fucking Iconics, the Moronics, the Idiotics. Where's Kairi Sane? WWE were made aware that she would be gone during this time. While they filmed WrestleMania, Meltzer would state that Sane has been unavailable for recent tapings, but was able to travel from Japan to the United States for last week's WrestleMania tapings. Her last match came back on March 9th when she worked a tag team match alongside Asuka, and that was against Liv Morgan and Natalya. The Kabuki Iconics Warriors went over. Sane will be defending the tag team titles against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross with Asuka, and they are doomed to a loss, no question, at WrestleMania 36 this weekend. Bathroom break? I think so. There's no word yet on which night this match will air. I hope this match airs on the day of the week that doesn't exist. There you go. Kairi Sane. Where is she? She got married. That's where she did. Well, that's where she was. That's what she did. She broke all of your fucking anime fucking virgin hearts on social media. Oh, Kairi got married. Good. Good. Now this will prompt you to go out when social distancing is behind us and go find a real woman instead of thinking about Kairi Sane and jerking off to fucking photos and posters of Kairi Sane in your room while you got fucking some fucking anime on that I can't even pronounce. Fucking geeks. Jesus Christ. Speaking of geeks, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins shares his true feelings about his feud with The Fiend. Oh, really? Oh, really, Mr. Barista? I'll take a fucking cappuccino with 3 shots. Tall! With cream, please. Extra foam. Clown. Rollins shares his true feelings about The Fiend and his match with The Fiend. This is what he said. And it turns out that Seth Rollins disliked what he was forced to do with The Fiend as much as the fans did. Oh, but you went on Corey Graves after the bell and you were his first guest, and the first words out of your mouth is blaming the fans. Blaming the fans, right? Which kind of shits on Corey Graves' podcast because now you're fucking going back on what you said, and it makes his fucking podcast look like a WWE shill podcast. It's been almost a year since Bray was repackaged and reintroduced as The Fiend, and the match ended inside Hell in a Cell, with Rollins piling steel chairs on Wyatt's head and swinging a sledgehammer at them. At that point, the cell was lifted and officials rushed to Wyatt's side. Boos rang around the arena as one of the whole points of a Hell in a Cell match. I am not sure if you guys realize this, that it cannot be stopped until there's a winner. Look no further than Mankind vs. The Undertaker, by the way, which I look at every single day. Got a photographed, signed by Mick Foley. 1998 Hell in a Cell. One of my favorite pieces of memorabilia ever. Now, the match inadvertently started a Rollins heel turn. And this is WWE's fault because they feuded him with the most over babyface in the entire company. And Rollins, you know, he was ice fucking cold anyway. He had a glimmer of like, oh my God, he might turn this thing around by beating Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And then they had him feud with fucking Braun Strowman at Clash of Champions, Night of Champions, whatever the fuck they're calling it now, Night of Garbage. So, coming out of that, Rollins was dead in the water. Bray Wyatt was incredibly hot. Nobody was going to look at Seth Rollins in this role after crying that he can't beat Brock Lesnar. And nobody forgets. Nobody forgets, you fucking geek. No matter how good the match was with Brock Lesnar, the match with Strowman was decent. Seth Rollins was a geek. You pair him with Bray Wyatt, nobody's going to look at this fucking guy and want to cheer for him. They're going to want the bad guy to win. They're going to want the Joker to beat Batman, because Batman is a fucking loser. So, it started a heel turn for obvious reasons. You guys know what the reasons are. I just explained it. Heel turn that Rollins very much did not want to go through, as he revealed to Peter Rosenberg on his Cheap Heat podcast. Now, you're talking to one WWE shill and Corey Graves, and then you go on Peter Rosenberg's podcast to talk about Hell in a Cell. Jesus Christ, Seth, you might as well fucking come on here and talk fucking Hell in a Cell with me. I'll ask you the hard questions. So, he says this, and I quote, "It wasn't something that I was excited about out of the gate. I feel like I got a raw end of the deal." You got a raw end of the deal. This is the same guy that fucking went on podcast and interview and fucking social media platforms to tell how everybody should be loving the WWE creative process. We got such hard-working men and women writing these shows and producing these shows every week. Give them a break. Right? He was fucking shilling over the WWE creative process. They put him in a program with Baron Corbin for 3 months. They paired his fiancée with them on television. They made this guy into a sniveling fucking pussy on TV. And then he got the wrong end of the deal. You're the one who fucking went along with this shit. At no point did you go to Vince and say, Vince, well, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think I should be paired with Becky. I don't think my character should be a sniveling fucking pussy. Right? I need to look like a strong Bret Hart type champion. Who? Right? Seth Rollins did not get the raw end of the deal because it was a deal that he willingly accepted. So I don't feel sorry for you when you say, oh, I got the wrong end of the deal. Your babyface run was coming to an end. It was the only deal worth you taking. So please, I'd love for you to explain to me how you got the wrong end of the deal, or the raw end of the deal, when your character now is light years better than what we got last year. So what raw end of the deal is it? Huh? You got everything in life. You got the big money contract. You got the fucking superstardom in WWE, the biggest wrestling company in the world. You're marrying Becky fucking Lynch. What raw end of the deal? You got a heel character that people actually like. They're not shitting on you anymore every week. What's the raw end of the deal? You don't have a world championship? I would respect you more if you could actually get over without being a fucking world champion. You don't need a fucking title. So I never understood why they gave them the Raw Tag Team titles, him and Murphy. So, I feel like I got a raw end of the deal. Then he also reminded listeners that just 2 months before, he had beaten Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. Well, WWE Creative, you went along with whatever they fucking shilled you. Speak up. Shortly after the Hell in a Cell match, Wyatt and Rollins competed again at Crown Jewel. It was there that WWE tried to repair the damage done in the first match by crowning The Fiend as Universal Champion. Forget about it. It was all downhill after that. Even though Wyatt won the title, it was WWE trying to fix a mistake that they made back in October at Hell in a Cell, and it didn't resonate. It was just, oh, now they're doing it? Should have did it fucking 3 weeks ago. Now you're doing it. In fucking Saudi Arabia? Honestly, looking back at Rollins' past 6 years in WWE, he said he is much better suited as being a heel than a babyface. Him turning on the Shield and cashing in on Les in WrestleMania, two of the most memorable moments in his career, and both were big heel moments. And now he's in a faction that right now, with the outbreak going on, might end up being, Rollins by himself again. Because Akam and Razor are not a thing anymore. Injured. And Buddy Murphy, who the fuck knows if he's coming back at all? So, Rollins shares his true feelings. He got the raw end of the deal, he says. This guy is one of those guys that goes on every fucking platform and gives you different stories here and there about everything. I don't understand it. It's not that difficult to figure out. You were a fucking failure coming out of WrestleMania last year. You never recovered. There was only one way in which you could end up. A heel. A heel. I don't get why you got the raw end of the deal when right now you look better than you did all last year. So please, continue to cry me a fucking river, Seth Rollins, and I'll take a fucking extra shot of vanilla in that cappuccino. Please, clown. Geek. Rollins. Edge and Randy Orton obviously got the best storyline on Monday Night Raw. Quickly, Edge and his return to the ring is going to be on the WWE Network in a documentary on Edge. This is coming on a new WWE 24 series that will air on the network following WrestleMania 36 on Sunday, April 5th. The Second Mountain, it's called. Slated to give fans a behind-the-scenes look at Edge's journey to be medically cleared and make his return to in-ring action at the Royal Rumble. Edge will face Randy Orton in a last man standing match at WrestleMania. So now we know why he was in Pittsburgh. Everything was being filmed about the WWE return of Edge. If there's one thing I know about WWE, they film everything. Everything. These guys got a constant camera in their fucking face, following them around, monitoring everything that they're doing. And that's going to be a must-see. So, as soon as WrestleMania ends, there you go, April 5th, the Second Mountain, WWE 24 on Edge. Gonna be good. Ronda Rousey negotiating a new WWE deal, possibly back in the summer. This is going around, and this is in the news. Sportskeeda is reporting that Ronda Rousey and the WWE are in talks over a brand new deal, which would suggest she is planning to make a comeback. Ronda is still just under a year left on her WWE deal currently, which is one of the biggest for the entire female roster. So this new deal would come and become one of WWE's top contracts, making Ronda one of WWE's top earners, regardless of gender. When she does return, you can expect the women's division to obviously be pushed once again heavily because good old rowdy Ronda is back and money talks. So if Ronda is home at the Rousey Estates, or the Browsey Estates, or whatever the fuck she calls her home, good old Vince McMahon money is going to lure her back. Money talks. Money talks. Ronda could talk all she wants. She'll be back. And I don't even know where you fit her in. Shayna more than likely is going to beat Becky Lynch. Shayna should beat Becky Lynch. Becky maybe gets one more rematch, and maybe we get Ronda coming back and kind of interjecting herself back into the Becky Lynch feud while Shayna goes on and maybe feuds with Charlotte. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. None of that excites me. It really doesn't. The women's division sucks. The women's division right now in WWE is nothing but an utter fucking piece of shit. Outside of NXT, the main roster is just completely irrelevant. I don't give a single shit about anybody. I really don't. And that's it, because I love Sasha. I love Bayley. Becky is one of those women that has her moments. She's just mainly awful. Really. This entire build has made me look at Becky Lynch in a completely different way. Shayna Baszler, I love. I think Shayna's awesome. But something needs to be done. If you need WWE to take a few steps back and just leave and not do any television for a couple of weeks, man, that women's division, you got to fucking go back to the drawing board and just think about what to do with the women's division. If there's anything in the WWE that needs fucking help, it's the women's division. Them in the tag team division. Got to do something with it. Maybe the time off. Maybe somebody has a fucking small iota of an idea to help resuscitate both dying divisions. Ronda's going to be back, and I'm sure she will be back in a major program with Becky Lynch. The one-on-one match that we should have gotten back at WrestleMania 35. Ronda will be back. She will be back, no question. Matter of when, not if. WrestleMania 32 on ESPN. Viewership is in. 720,000 viewers on Sunday night for WrestleMania 32, which was one of the worst WrestleManias in the history of WrestleMania. 0.25 rating in the 18 to 49 demo. Finished 38 for the night on cable. WrestleMania 30 averaged 839,000 viewers. And averaged a 0.31 rating in the 18 to 49 demo. That was last Sunday on ESPN. WrestleMania 32 was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Undertaker Hell in a Cell match with Shane McMahon. Outside Shane's fall, the match was forgettable. Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks versus Charlotte Flair. Best match on the show. Triple H versus Roman Reigns. One of the worst WrestleMania main events ever. So, 720,000. It's unbelievable. WWE is losing out to the fucking 60-year-old on ESPN Deportes, so whatever the fuck's going on. ESPN 4, right? You got some fucking hick down in Alabama with one camera guy on another stationary boat on the dock somewhere, right? And he's fly fishing. Or he's fishing for catfish. The fucking catfish guy is getting more viewership than WWE's WrestleMania show on ESPN. How sad. How sad. Now, I understand that they're clamoring for sports content, but WrestleMania 32 ain't it, bro. It ain't it. So, I love the fact that WWE is losing out to fucking fly fishing when they air WrestleMania on ESPN. There you go. Good job there, Vince. Good job. Like I said, this is only setting up WWE selling the real rights to WrestleMania for the shows coming up in Los Angeles and then for the foreseeable future. So it's coming. It's coming. We'll talk about more about that on OTS on Saturday. WWE Backstage took a huge ratings increase because there's nothing on. So we got WWE Backstage. Last week, they recorded 35,000 viewers. Off the scripted, 35,000 viewers on Monday Night Raw alone. So Showbuzz Daily is reporting that WWE Backstage earned 143,000 viewers. It also helped that the 2020 Royal Rumble in its entirety was the lead-in for WWE Backstage. So there you go. All of that, I'm sure, helped Backstage get a huge ratings increase. Who was on the show? I don't know. I don't care. Don't watch. Don't care. AEW Dynamite and NXT hit record lows on Wednesday night. Again, the same reason. I'm not giving these guys a pass because they're the better shows compared to Raw and SmackDown. Nobody wants to watch live wrestling with no fucking fans. Nobody. It's fucking pretty scary, though, that the viewership was down. And I'm sure that's the main reason. Week 26 of the Wednesday Night War, so Dynamite top AEW. Dynamite topped AEW. Dynamite is AEW. Dynamite topped NXT once again. Wednesday's Dynamite episode drew 685,000 viewers on TNT, topping the 590,000 viewers that NXT got on the USA Network, only by a measly 16%. AEW ranked 37 in cable, while NXT ranked 74. AEW ranked 73 in viewership, while NXT ranked 79 in viewership for the night. Dynamite last week drew 819,000 viewers, ranked 23 in the cable top 50, 71 in viewership. Last week's NXT episode drew 669,000 viewers and ranked 56 in cable's top 150 and number 78 in viewership. This is the lowest Dynamite episode ratings-wise in 2020 and the second lowest NXT viewership in 2020, going back to the January 1 episode, which drew 548,000 viewers. This is also the lowest NXT viewership for a first-run episode. This is also the second lowest non-holiday AEW Dynamite audience in history, going back to the December 18th show, which drew 683,000 viewers. Combined audience for both shows is 1.275 million. That is the lowest combined audience since Wednesday had the Wednesday Night Wars begin. So it's crazy, man. No, it's definitely having to do with just the pandemic and people not wanting to watch live wrestling in front of no audience. I think the curiosity factor is dead. You know, people just want things to go back to normal, and then that's when they'll show up. So there really is nothing to say here, but it is what it is. You know, it's going to be like this for the foreseeable future. They got shows in the can. WWE has shows taped all next week. It's going to be tape Raw, tape NXT, tape SmackDown, and that's it. AEW, I don't know what they have in the vault. They have the next 2 weeks of TV filmed, I believe, and they filmed that at the Nightmare Factory, is what Dave Meltzer said. So the mystery location of Dynamite was revealed, and it was from QT Marshall's gym in Georgia. This is during the Wrestling Observer Radio. Dave Meltzer revealed that it was the Nightmare Factory in Georgia. There was AstroTurf around, and a lot of fans wondered where they are. Dave Meltzer elaborated on this. Marshall runs One Fall Power Factory in Norcross, Georgia. This is the same building that's been dubbed the Nightmare Factory. Cody Rhodes has also taken a leadership role there. It's unclear how many weeks of Dynamite and AEW Dark has been filmed in the One Fall Power Factory. It did not provide, obviously, any news on that. AEW did not really delve into that. It did provide a unique atmosphere for the show when they could use the factory, and now they can't. So, obviously, we have Georgia under a stay-at-home order, and that was issued as of Thursday. So that's that. Can't run Jacksonville, can't run Georgia. I don't know what's going to happen. Dave Meltzer noted on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio that AEW taped a lot of future content for all their programs this past week in Georgia. This will allow the promotion to regather, plan their next move, while airing footage that was already filmed. And as of this writing, there's no word yet on where the next set of tapings will take place. I think everybody's in agreement. WWE and AEW should just take a break. Honestly, just take a break. It's more stressful, and when you see ratings like that, it's not going to do anybody any favors. It feels like you're working for nothing, really. You know? Nobody wants to see it. I think the curiosity is peaked, and nobody cares to see the shows in this format, in this setting anymore. They just want their wrestling back. They want their regular life back, and who knows when that's going to happen. We may be waiting a very long time, but at least for the entire month of April, we may be without WWE and AEW. Guys, I'm getting out of here. That is the massive off the script I have. I got even more coming tomorrow. Might have a special guest or two. We'll be live on YouTube. I'll let you guys know when. You'll see a notification, hopefully in your sub boxes, sometime Friday. And I will let you guys know on Twitter, so make sure you're following me on Twitter at JDfromNY206. Follow me on Instagram. I'll alert you guys on there as well, at JDfromNY206. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications. If you guys want any other content during the week, down below is all you need to go. If you guys want video game content, follow me on my Twitch. That's where all my gaming archives are. So if you want Doom Eternal, Resident Evil 3 Remake coming up, it's all going to be on there. So follow me on Twitch, ridge.com/script. Use code SCRIPT at checkout. Get yourself a nice Ridge wallet. You'll be feeling good about it. I believe so. So go get yourself a Ridge. And if you want to support the podcast via Patreon, you guys can certainly do that as well. Patreon.com/JDfromNY206. Guys, I'll see you live on Saturday afternoon, and then I'll see you live after WrestleMania 36, Night 1 from the Performance Center. May God have mercy on our souls. I'll see you guys later.